Okay, just would like to remind everyone this meeting is being recorded. Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order at 7:02 p.m. If you would please join me, I'll be reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, well, we have a presentation by the Orange County Arts Council that's going to lead off our evening. And then we have a couple of agenda items that should be pretty quick. A resolution to close the public hearing on introductory law number 4 of 2022. No action other than closing that will be happening with that law tonight. And a resolution is to approve the Tuxedo Art and Music Facilities use application for the plein air event. We will then skip to department updates and town board updates and try to get that business out of the way. Just want to alert the town board that we do have several urgent discussions with our town attorney that I'll need to schedule, that we'll need to deal with before we get into the discussion of the Hamlet revitalization. So let's get started right away with the presentation by the Orange County Arts Council. Maybe Michelle, do you want to introduce that?
Well, I think Deirdre is all set.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
So we invited Gretchen and Sarah to come and speak to us today. Hi, guys. Gretchen and Sarah have been working in the Hudson Valley with art programs at various municipalities. They're a nonprofit group, and I wanted them to present their proposal about doing and bringing the arts and managing the arts in Tuxedo. So I know that Gretchen has a presentation, and she's going to go over who they are and what the benefits are to working with them. So I pass it. Gretchen is giving the presentation, or you, Sarah?
I'm actually going to do the presentation.
Okay. So Sarah, yes.
Gretchen is here, I believe, but having
yes,
some
I saw her.
video.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
And
Well,
Sarah is the executive director of the Orange County Arts Council.
Thank you so much for the introduction, and thank you for having me. I'm honored to be first on your agenda this evening. And I'm also a little bit sweaty. We've been running around with our kids' classes all day long, which has been keeping us busy. So I'll go ahead and share my screen if that's okay with you. I did get a little bit of a presentation, but I apologize. This is the first time I'm using this format. I'm so used to Zoom, so I hope this works. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, it's fine.
Thank you. So as Deirdre said, I am happy to tell you a little bit about the Arts Council, where we are now, and answer any questions you might have now or later. The Orange County Arts Council is an independent 501c3, and we do have several different contracts with different types of municipalities. And one of those being Orange County, hence the name. Orange County Arts Council about a decade ago was part of Orange County government. That branch basically ended about a little over a decade ago, and the Orange County Arts Council as an independent nonprofit was actually born with the assistance of the Community Foundation, now known as Vision Hudson Valley. So that's a little bit about our history. And I won't bore you with too many details, but it is our mission to support and empower artists, foster diverse forms of expression through the arts, educational programs, and cultural events. And a big new addition to our mission is that we're promoting projects that are integral to the economic development and well-being of our entire community. So we definitely feel like we are in line with your mission for Tuxedo. And just a little bit about what we do, our scope of work. We have to be many things to many different communities, but in general, we have three areas of focus. So one is the cultural events and programming. And so that includes things like concerts, exhibits, our youth classes. We also provide free inclusion, diversity, equity, and access training to all residents in Orange County. And we work with artists to do that. And then we provide art support services, such as fiscal sponsorships and business consultations. And then the third piece of the bubble is public projects. And that is really exciting because that allows us to partner with, for example, the city of Newburgh. And we're going to be implementing citywide sculptural bike racks. So we worked with the city staff. They have a volunteer group, Arts and Cultural Commission, and they have a transportation committee. So we speak to everyone and make sure that we have all the ducks in line, and we contract the artists directly. So we have a contract with the city of Newburgh in order to manage that project. So the other exciting public project we are finalists for is Artswork Hudson Valley, and it's a federal grant that would allow us to provide training in arts, film, and media free to 500 people. So it would create 500 jobs in the area, all to do within the arts. So more to come on that one soon, but keep your fingers crossed for us that federal grant does come through. So one of the things we have been doing actually since the pandemic was music concerts, and we had a need to support performers when they had no venues open. So the music concerts that we did actually started online, which were very successful because YouTube allowed us to reach greater audiences. And then we are now back to having them in person. And so you can see here's a picture of our most recent concert. And when we were doing them online, we had it hybrid, so people could watch outdoors or watch online. And I want to show you this because as we're thinking about the town of Tuxedo and the residents that live there, we have basically a menu for you to choose, which captures all sorts of local performances. So if you go to our website, these are all the local performers everywhere from the Hudson Valley String Quartet, hip hop, indie, we have some classical musicians. And so this really creates a lovely database to be able to work with. So definitely check that out. And there's some good recordings on that as well. And let me see, I got myself stuck with the screen share. So give me 1 minute here. Present. There we go. So we also do work with different theater groups, and we have produced in the past the Orange County 10-Minute Play Festival, which was hosted in Sugarloaf Performing Arts Center. And we also have virtual arts exhibits, and that ranges from showing student work at SUNY and also working with different partners to host exhibits in different locations. Dance is something that we have not done in a long time, but the Arts Council has partnered with many different dance troupes. And actually coming up soon is the Fuller Moon Arts Festival at the Kutz Camp, the former Kutz Camp in Warwick. And we will be partnering with Warwick Dance Collective and others on that festival. So Deirdre, Michelle, Gretchen, and I had been speaking about Tuxedo and getting that sense of community and arts and culture, and your staff definitely understand how much goes into planning any one of these types of events. So I went back and put this together and thought that what we could do is basically be the contracted project managers and allow the city to choose 3 different events. So that could be 3 music concerts, or it could be 2 concerts, 1 theater performance, but basically a total of 3. And from our roster and list of artists and performers, and also our sound technicians we work with, we would be able to manage that project. Having said that, we would be needing to have the location and that basic infrastructure provided by the town. So I think Deirdre had sent this part to you already. So I don't know if I need to go over this, or Deirdre, I'll ask you if you think I need to go over this part.
I've sent it to everyone. I think the most important thing right now is to get some questions. I mean, I've sent around and given a quick brief and overview to the other members of the board, although it was a couple weeks ago. So I was going to open it up to the board to ask questions about things, anything that they may want to understand about your organization and some of the services that you could offer. But it would be helpful if you could talk about beforehand what other municipalities you guys are working with.
So right now it's the city of Newburgh, and that's the big project that's taken 2 years, and that's for the sculptural bike rack project. Specifically, the Newburgh Arts and Cultural Commission had they had a budget item for the arts, and that was amazing. But what was lacking was a staff person to follow through and implementing all those different things. So the Newburgh Arts and Cultural Commission came to us to be able to manage that project. So that sculptural bike rack project is $90,000 in total, and we'll be developing sculptures for public art throughout the city. And then in the past, we have definitely worked with groups that are affiliated with municipalities. So for example, the Village of Chester Arts and the Cornwall Arts Collective is another one. And then as far as the city of Newburgh, that's really the biggest partnership that we have right now. And Deirdre, did you want me to go into how we're contracted with the city, how that framework?
Well, I'd be more interested in talking about how you see yourselves as benefiting the town of Tuxedo. So one of the goals really would be to be able to offer residents excellent, concerts and or plays and or a holiday performance. And so I guess the thought was that that would be something that you and your organization would be able to organize and offer to the town and basically manage the events.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. And the event management is part of what we do through anything that we do, and technology makes it easy, is data tracking. So we're able to know, how many people are coming to the events through our social media and all of the analytics. We know which age groups we're reaching. And I think that's really helpful to understand the community and what the community needs for planning in the future as well. So we would definitely want to make sure we capture all of that information.
Well, I'll just start the conversation. I mean, what I find very beneficial about working with you is that, we don't have a large staff at Town Hall. And as much as we want to provide interesting programming for the town, we just don't have the staff to do it. So the piece about your managing the events and publicizing it and ticket sales and it pretty much everything from the beginning to the end. So that's to me what is such a beneficial aspect of this.
Let me stop my screen share. That's easier. Hello. I can see you all again. That was a little bit unnerving. Sorry. So for the event management, I think why we are able to offer doing this at a very low cost, because the way it breaks down with paying the musicians and paying the sound technicians and lighting, etc., is because we have the systems in place. So it's sort of plug and play. So we could basically use our event registration system, all of our marketing that we already have, and basically, provide that and tailor that to your needs.
Hi, Sarah. Hi,
Hello.
I'm Maria May. I'm a town councilwoman in this town. So I have a question for you. So how do you decide? So how does it work? Do you look at our town? So we're a huge town with very few people. So we're not like Newburgh or any of the other towns that have like tons of people. How do you decide? Do you decide like what kind of events might make sense for a town like us, like ours, or do we, like, how does it work?
That's a really good question, Maria. So I would say about 5 years ago, I think these types of events were much more internally decided for what was being presented. Now there's such a great push to have public buy-in, even if the public is not making the decision. Generally, people love to know that they're part of the process. So one really easy and engaging way to do that would be to send an email survey out that we would create, the Arts Council would create out to your constituents and say, out of the following, let's say music genres, what would you like to see in your town the most? And just that buy-in makes people feel like they are part of the process. And so what we do now with our other programs is we have committees that are represented from, different backgrounds in the community that make decisions on what programming is happening. That's a good question though. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's good. Surveys are good, and we have a vehicle to do that through basically through our website, but also through a mailing list from our town, our town clerk. She has an email list, but we've done surveys before. We did them when we were creating our website and so on, but definitely we can put something like that on our website, and
Sure.
definitely, and we have TPFYI, we have a number of vehicles where we can share a survey like that. So that's good. That's really good. So like we can get input from people about what it is that they want. I have
Right.
a feeling that we have a lot of folks here who are into the arts and who really, value the arts. So I think, you're going to get some, interesting responses, at least from people.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I
thanks.
think
Yeah.
people are really hungry for it, especially after the past. We put out a survey as well to the Arts Council, and it was really interesting to see how many people responded and the types of things people were looking for the most. I'm
Right.
happy
And
to
we
share
have
that
some
with you.
outdoor venues too, which is, even though pandemic is, up and down, up and down, up and down, we still have some venues where this could happen, outdoors and things like that. So great. Thank you so much.
It would be great. Thank you. Are there any other questions? I know you have a lot on your agenda this evening.
I've got a couple. This is Jay Reichgott. I'm also a councilman. To follow on with Maria's question, okay, we're gonna send out a survey. What kind of stuff do you want to hear or see or eat or whatever? And I say, great, I'd like to have the London Philharmonic in. Do I get them, or I mean,
We would
really
make-
you've got you can say that's nice. We've got the following choices. I mean, you've got a stable of
Exactly.
acts, or
Exactly. Yep. It would be based on genre, not specific musician. But I will tell you that I have managed to get a 10-piece band in from Haiti before. So things are possible. We just, we have to have the money to cover it. But with the budget that we have presented for, the initial kind of pilot year, let's say, I think we would want to stick to as local as possible for the performers. Sorry, Jay.
it's okay. I don't actually like the London Philharmonic. It was just the first thing that came to mind. But you lead into my second question. And for those following at home, we didn't rehearse this ahead of time. You gave us a budget number. It's something like 20, I don't remember exactly. It's 20 something $1,000, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
It's 10,000, Jay.
I'm sorry?
10,000.
$10,000. Even better. It's getting cheaper. I don't think that's right. But whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
$100 million. Is that all in? Or where's the small print about the other stuff that we have to pay for?
Well, really, our goal is to be able to come into your community. So that's where what we're getting, out of this. But the total is 20,000 all in. So that would cover the artist fees, the performer fees, the installation. Let's say it's hanging clips for hanging art. What the small print is, and it's actually the same size font in there, but as far as the location and a physical stage and chairs, that infrastructure is what, and it seems like you have that space that you might consider using for this, is what we would need for the town. And we'd also need to continue, hopefully, our communication on a frequent basis with Deirdre and Michelle, if they're willing.
That you get for free. But all right, so we got to provide the theater. So assuming it's the high school, and assuming that that's up and running, and we're in with that, it's whatever their fee is to use the high school. It's the cost for any of their personnel to open the building and maintain it. If we use Powerhouse Park,
Powerhouse Park, yeah.
well, if we use Powerhouse Park, it's a generator, it's electric, it's chairs, it's porta-johns, all the infrastructure is us.
I'm hoping that the town owns some chairs. Those types of things would be in your wheelhouse, but yes, that would be our expectation. Yeah,
We own them, we get them, it doesn't matter, just want to know,
yeah.
you know. when
What
we're-
else
when
is
we're-
there?
when
Yep.
we're putting money aside to do this event, it ain't just $20,000, right? So, okay, that's all I got. Thank you.
Good, great question. Anything else?
Yes, this is Ken English. Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
I'm the town supervisor. So I think you mentioned something about maybe in passing ticket sales. Is that ever part of this arrangement?
It could definitely be. We have found ticket sales sometimes are a deterrent. So what we do is often say for a suggested donation. So through our registration process, we say basically $10 suggested donation. And then those funds, could go into perhaps an ongoing arts and cultural fund in the town of Tuxedo.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, if we found this in our budget and this could identify the events that people could be interested in and the appropriate venues. I actually was thinking we wouldn't be doing ticket sales because I agree with you that that would probably be a deterrent and to participation. But I'm glad Jay brought up the venue questions because the only indoor facility that comes to mind for anything like a theater would be the high school auditorium. I know they're currently either initiating a renovation, major renovation. I'm not sure what the timetable is on that, but we were trying to use it for a recent public hearing and couldn't use the space because the construction was scheduled to start pretty much any day. And we do have a few parks that are could certainly handle an outdoor concert. I know a lot of people are high on Powerhouse Park, but it is kind of a noisy venue. I think our Murphy Field is probably less of a sound challenge. Our Powerhouse Park is bordered both by Route 17, the train, and the thruway, which I have had meetings at the park where it was almost hard to hear somebody who actually sat next to you, but just something just a challenge to consider as our venues.
And I know part of what we could do within the survey, obviously the location is based on what would be presented, but we could also somehow include the community in that because there may be other, locations that people have access to that they might be willing to, incorporate something like this. But I do think if we could find something that works for the town, I think that would be ideal. Any other questions? I thought I saw, was it Howard's hand up?
Yeah, but it was asked and answered. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate your time. If
you.
you have any other questions, feel free to shoot us an email. We'll be happy to answer them. And sorry,
Thank you,
Gretchen
Sarah.
can't join us, but she is here.
Oh, she's here.
Yeah.
She's here, yeah.
She had to call in, so.
Got it. All right. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, Sarah. We'll get
Thank
back
Thank you,
to you.
Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gretchen.
Righty. Certainly a lot to consider there. Okay, agenda item number 1, a resolution to close the public hearing on introductory local law number 4 of 2022. I'll take that one. A public hearing on introductory law number 4 of 2022, which continues to grandfather the Tuxedo Farms project under pre-existing zoning regulations for planned integrated developments in the town of Tuxedo, subject to specified development threshold, was opened. I'm sorry. Yeah, we need to reopen the public hearing now. Excuse me. I'll open that at. Sorry, I'm not seeing the time.
It is
7:28. Thank you. No.
And I don't, sorry, Ken, while I've interrupted you, we didn't take any comments. I don't know if we were planning to.
Comments on the agenda item?
Correct.
Yeah, they didn't seem to really have much comment capacity to them. So I
That's fine.
figured the comments on this reopening of the public hearing would be.
That one we'll put into the public hearing. I think you're right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So again, we opened this on last Thursday's meeting, and or was this at the first public hearing? I think it might have actually been the first public hearing when we did this.
No, we opened it up. We opened it up at the second one, and we couldn't
Oh,
close it because there was a little bit of weirdness in the timing. So
Right,
it was
the
necessary
day of
to
the
con-
week was the date was correct, but the day of the week was not.
right.
Didn't we say we would continue to accept written comments? I forget until what time.
This one, we kept it open until today.
Today.
Keep it open as long as we want. We closed the public hearing on the special permit. But said
We
that
allowed
keep
10 days for written comment.
written
Okay, so,
comments.
all right.
And we could do the same for this because actually we won't be voting on this until after the seeker process is over anyway, as Larry
Right. Might as well
explained to
keep the
us.
same
So,
date.
Right.
but we're
And
going to close the public hearing and still accept written comments
we always
Right.
accept written comments.
up until we vote on it,
Yeah, and then after that, we just ignore them.
because action will have been taken. So again, this local law, I actually don't have it in front of me. If somebody wanted to read the caps that are being set, I don't know if we want to do that. Why don't we open the mic and see if anybody has any public comment on the local law?
Okay, anybody can unmute themselves?
Hi, this is Christy. I just wanted to say, I guess, I don't really have much more to say than the email that I sent earlier, but I guess, I don't know if it would be helpful for me to reiterate that. And I kind of wanted to ask, I think that Michelle, you may have sent something that I didn't actually get the chance to read about whether or not this determines or has any determination on the caps for Tuxedo Farms, because I guess I should back up a little. I found a document that was referenced when the Tuxedo Casino proposal was put forth that is basically a declaration of restrictions for land use in the town of Tuxedo. I wasn't sure which parcels it applied to, but it does have a lot of specific numbers about what is allowable as written in a 1998, I think, as this declaration. And I was actually wondering, and I just found it on Friday and didn't have a lot of time to review it. So I was actually wondering, does this have any effect on the caps that are as they are, or will be?
I think
so-
that,
yeah, go ahead.
Larry,
I think we should refrain from commenting, Michelle. I think Christie's question and memo will be entered into the record for consideration.
okay,
So Christie,
Can I
we
ask
did
why
receive
there's a
your
risk?
email and supporting documentation that was submitted to our attorney.
Okay. Can I ask why you're just refraining from comment? Is it just because there hasn't been enough time to review it, or?
Well, this is a public hearing where we're hearing from the public and just as our other public hearings, we'll be responding after we get all the questions and comments and categorizing
Okay.
them. And definitely the document that you submitted needs to be reviewed by attorneys.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to throw out there that this is one of the things that always frustrated me about the public comment period is that it wasn't a dialogue, it was a comment, and just, as far as participatory government, it's just one-sided either way. So just want to throw that out there to be on the record.
Thank you.
May I want to make a comment. So I've been part of a school district, and I have gone for 22 years to board meetings, and this is a practice in board meetings that people make comments and the board has a chance to research the answer and think about the answer before they answer, because there are things that happen in our comments that we might need to research, we might need to ask our experts or attorneys. So this is a common practice. The way that I was when I first started attending board meetings in Tuxedo the last 5-6 years, I was surprised that people were answering questions right away. That is the norm, is that boards need time to think so that they can give good answers and thoughtful answers and informed answers to comments. So there it is.
Thank you, Maria. Any other public
I know,
comment?
and I realize this is the practice, and it's not something that a town can change. And I've said this on many levels of government before, and I'm just putting it on the record one more time. That's all. I'm not berating you for not commenting. It's a problem with the institution that I have on all the levels, and I know that. And I just keep saying it. Maybe it'll change something somewhere. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Michelle, does anybody else have anything in the chat? Somebody looking to queue up with a comment?
nope. No questions or comments in the chat.
So I'm going to make a motion that all persons desiring to be heard, having been heard, the public hearing regarding introductory local law number 4 will be closed and excuse me. Sorry, there's a little wording problem here. Public hearing will be closed regarding introductory law number 4 of 2022, which continues to grandfather the Tuxedo Farms project under pre-existing zoning regulations for planned integrated developments in the town of Tuxedo, subject to specified development thresholds. I'll make a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Maria. All in favor, town board? Aye.
Aye.
I didn't hear Deirdre.
Aye.
Okay, well, any opposed? No. Okay, the meeting is closed. The hearing is closed at 7:37. Thank you. Agenda item number 2, a resolution to approve Tuxedo Art and Music Facilities Use Application. going to make a motion that the town board consider a resolution to approve. Basically, it's the plein air event, I believe.
Yes.
Deirdre, I think this is an application that you've sent in, and
Yes.
you want to just, well, I can see
So
it's,
the-
go ahead.
The
Deirdre, please go
application
ahead.
is for the use of the train station for the plein air event, for setup for the reception on Friday night. I believe it's, I don't have the date in front of me.
September 30th through
September 30th.
October 2nd.
Right, which would be the breakdown. So this is where artists can come and hang their art. And we do have Heather, who's agreed to cater it again. And we currently have 20 people already signed up for the event. Last year, we weren't able to access the front door because it was late in the game, and the farmers market had already booked talent for that. But this year, we would be able to. I mean, by getting the so early, we want to make sure that we do have the access to the front door, so that when people come to the farmers market, they can come to see the art exhibit as well.
So I'd like to make a motion. Do I have a second on this motion?
I'll second, Michelle.
Okay. Open to discussion by town board members?
I have a, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Jay.
Let me start out by saying I'm in favor of the event, but I have a couple of concerns. I mean, it's all well and good to reserve the room, but let's make sure that somebody actually talks to the farmers market so they know that we got it, so we don't have to have a fist fight with them at the day of the event. The other thing
Absolutely,
is,
that's one of the reasons that I wanted to get it approved right now, so I can get in touch with them and let them know that it's
Yep.
been reserved.
yep, excellent. And the other thing, 100+ people, I don't know what the official carrying capacity of that room is, but I know it ain't 100 folks.
Yeah, but mostly it's outside. If you were there the last time, it really
I-
spreads to the back and the front. So it's
I was
not-
there.
Yeah,
That's fine, just, oh, that's all. It's the engineer in me, what can I tell you?
no, I
Like I
get it.
said, I'm in favor of
I
it, just
think the other
things to
issue
watch
is
out for.
it is also, I think, to your point, important that it does have an open flow so that the doors are open. That is another one of the things. We do it in the Woodlands a lot with our clubhouse. There's a limit, but if you open all the doors, it gives it more space as well.
Deidre, this is Ken. If you're following the same pattern that you did with the very successful event that happened last year, and I was there, and I thought it was very well executed, very classy, and have a couple of the artworks hanging on my walls, and I'm very happy with them. But I think the reception was on Friday night. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that still the plan?
Yes.
So that obviously doesn't interfere with the farmers market. So the farmers market is mostly that during the Saturday, especially between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. would mostly just be open browsing in the train station.
And yes, and a lot of people want to come back and take a look at the artwork. This year, one of the issues was feedback was that there weren't price points low enough so that people could buy, smaller, less expensive items. So this year, we're going to add smaller pieces at smaller price points in a silent auction. So people who come to the farmers market would be able to come in and look at the art and hopefully purchase more art.
Right. That sounds wonderful. I guess I was trying to tag on with Jay's concern about crowds. I mean, in the part that's in overlap with the farmers market is just the browsing of
Yes.
people going through. So no entertainment or
No.
or wine or anything like that. I think that was just during the reception, right?
Correct. Just Friday
And-
night.
And then
Okay.
one thing that was a problem last year is that the farmer's market did have an
Performer
entertainment.
in the front
And
entrance, yeah.
so that it was really hard to get people to even come in and look at the art, even though so many people came to the farmer's market. So that, so I think that this year we're solving that problem. It'll be a lot easier to to get people to come in and look at the art.
Well, maybe they could, if they did want to have their entertainment on that day, maybe they could just move it to the other end of the parking lot and not
Yeah,
necessarily
but
have to
in
use the
fairness
front
to them,
door.
they had already booked, last year, they had already booked this, this entertainer, and they had already mapped it all out. So I really wanted to get, to Jay's point, sooner rather than later, giving them the heads up that this event was going to be happening and that we were needing the access to the front door.
I guess one other question is I did see the budget proposal, and it looked like a lot of the funding for this event has already been identified. And if I remember right, most of it wasn't town money. Is that accurate?
So we put a budget together. I could get it again and pass it out. I think it came to like about $5,000 in total. Last year, we were able to fund it from donations and raising money. Although there were only, Michelle and I were probably the only ones who raised the money. So we're hoping that the Chamber of Commerce will help us this year. But it would be essentially the same budget as last year. And last year we came in slightly under $5,000.
So I mean, we're not considering tonight any appropriation from the town.
I think we still have about $4,800 in the tourist grant that we really need to spend.
But I'm just saying for this evening, we're really only approving
Correct.
this application for facilities use.
Correct.
Yes.
I don't have any further questions. I just close my comment by saying it was a very successful event, and I'd like to see success replicated. So thank you.
By the way, I was at a wedding last year in California, so I wasn't able to attend. So I am so excited to attend this year. I'm really looking forward to it. I heard so many positive things from people both in town and outside of town. So I'm really excited about it.
But
Any
we
further
don't have-
comment from the board? Go ahead, Michelle. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, we made the motion and seconded it, right?
Yeah, you seconded it.
Right.
Mhm. So if there's no further comment from the town board, I think we're ready to vote. All in favor?
I,
Aye. That's unanimous. Okay. That is approved. Okay, so I know we have a discussion item regarding Hamlet revitalization, and the only thing I'm asking is that we just take care of the other business because we do have some rather important discussion we need to have with our town attorney. And so can we segue to,
a breakout session?
no,
No? Oh. okay.
the typical business agenda. Hopefully we can knock that out
Oh,
really
that.
quickly.
Okay.
Sorry.
Department reports.
Department updates. I have from a report from the police. I guess is Lieutenant Norton on the call by any chance?
No. Well, there is one call in. I don't know who that is.
Might be Rob. Let's check on that.
Rob, is that you call in?
I see
if you're-
call in user 2.
2 and 4. If you're a call-in user, please just let us know who you are. Or if you're,
That might be me. It's Christy.
Oh, Christy, hi, thanks.
Okay, she's number 4. How about number 2?
Do we have a department head calling in? I
Okay,
guess
I'll
that's-
just move to Marissa Dolbaum, please.
okay.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'll keep mine brief. Just want to give an update. All of the Zoom room equipment has been delivered.
Oh,
So
Hey.
it's exciting news. Yes, just have to coordinate an electrician and IT and get the Zoom deployment team in from California, and we should be set. I'm giving myself to the end of July, so should be completed by then. The primary election is tomorrow, June 28th. The polls are open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And the interstate waste pickup schedule is pushed back by 1 day for town residents next week due to 4th of July falling on the Monday. So Tuesday, July 5th will be garbage. Friday, July 8th will be garbage and recycling. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Great, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
So typically we'd hear from Rob Dolbaum, but don't think we have him here. Lieutenant Norton did submit a report to the town board, which I circulated. I believe everyone got it. I'll give you some highlights. Vehicle and traffic. The town of Tuxedo issued 50 summonses for vehicle and traffic violations in June. Accidents. The town investigated 4 accidents for the prior month, including 1 motorcycle, 1 deer, 2 issues with people making turns. Arrests. They made 1 significant DWI arrest. Calls of interest. Officers of the town logged 214 blotters or calls for service, including 3 assists for other local agencies, 20 alarms, 3 trespass or suspicious activity calls, several domestic and mental health issue calls, and 1 late night call for a subject lost in the woods, where officers hiked in the dark with New York State Police in an attempt to find the subject based upon cell phone pings. Subject was located and assisted at Garnet Healthcare. He updated us on the mileage and repairs of the cars, and pointed out that the town police continue to work on New York State accreditation. Officers will attend training for firearms, DWI, drug driving, warrant execution, and other courses as a valuable as are available, it was a misprint, during the upcoming summer months. Two things that they want us to be aware of. They're planning some public interactions. On July 9th, the town of Tuxedo PBA and police department invite the public to help spruce up the Lucky Park with a paint party. Anyone interested in helping out in the community should wear appropriate clothing and bring a lawn chair. 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. Refreshments will be served. Thank you to the highway for assistance with the materials to get the job done. So that's July 9th. Put that on my own calendar. That's the Lucky Park spruce up. And then on August the 16th, that's actually a Tuesday. The town and the PBA police department will be holding a community barbecue at Powerhouse Park, with all proceeds going towards sprucing up Powerhouse Park Dog Park. Hours will be 12 to 6. They'll have music with a karaoke by request with a DJ LT. I'm trying to guess who that could be. DJ LT. Your PBO officers will be flipping burgers and dogs, and they'll be in the dunk tank, an officer booth, and other amusements and presentations. We ask the community to come join us for a great day to raise funds for the dog park. Please save the date and come meet your officers, the ambulance corps and fire department members, and see other presentations by county and state agencies. So let me just repeat those dates again. July 9th, which again is a Saturday. That's the Lucky Park painting, and that is from 10 till 1.
And I
Yeah.
believe the date in August may be the 13th. I don't believe they meant for it to be on a weekday.
Yeah, I think that's right too. It says the 16th, but
I
I
think
actually
we
did
can-
write on my calendar probably at an earlier thing, PBA barbecue on the 13th. So I'm going to go crazy and say it's on Saturday the 13th.
We have enough time that I think we can clarify that by the next meeting with the
Yeah.
lieutenant.
But I think we got it right though, 12 to 6. So probably no correction needed. But so that's the barbecue and entertainment. So thank you, Lieutenant Norton. And I'll send this to Marissa and TPFYI. Okay, so how about town board members updates? The only thing I didn't actually prepare mine, so I'm just going to look at my calendar and tell you what I've been doing. So let's see. I attended the Orange County Planning Board meeting on the Tuxedo Farms project. That was on Wednesday, June 22nd. We got some very positive comments from the Orange County Planning Board, and I did a security walkthrough actually this morning of the Ren Fair site with John Trezino, who works with the Orange County Sheriff's Department for anti-terrorist type activities. So we had a very comprehensive walkthrough with with Detective Christian and the security team from the Ren Fair production. So we're working on securing additional help from Orange County and the New York State Police to make this a safe and successful event. So thank you. I'll pass the baton to Michelle Lindsay.
Well, on the 22nd of June, I attended the planning board meeting where the Related and Lennar gave their presentation to the planning board. And even though they gave the full presentation, the focus of the meeting was discussion of the local law. So they did get to that, and I think it was a good discussion, and it kind of showed me that there needs to be more communication between the town board and the planning board. I'll put it at that. The other thing is that we've been reviewing the RFPs for community choice aggregation administrators and setting up dates to meet with, or actually just to speak with their references for each of the two bidders. And I have Jay's availability this week, but I'm going to ask him later for availability next week, because I think that'll be a lot easier to try and schedule. So Jay, you and I can talk offline about that. That's it for me.
So I'll go Maria, Jay, and Deirdre. Maria?
I just wanted, I was speaking with Ken earlier today about setting an agenda for the summer. And I think one of the most important things that I want to get done sooner rather than later is meeting with the Council on Aging in Orange County. I think we've gone back and forth, but I think we need to sit down with them and actually plan some future events, like what what it is that we're going to do with their offering tuxedo. So that is my sort of my ongoing main concern at the moment, other than all the other stuff that is happening as we go. That's it.
Very good. Jay?
Yeah, lots of stuff behind the scenes, nothing exciting to report, so I won't bore you all.
Okay. Deirdre?
Well, I did pass around the final for the billboard. I could actually share it. if you want to look at it one last time. Because if I can, how do I share? Let me see.
Down at
If
the
you're seeing
bottom.
it on your screen, there should be a
On the
button
bottom.
on the bottom
Okay,
right
I
corner.
just got to move it over to my screen. It's not moving over. Oh, boy.
Do you have it open?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just going to do this. Hold on. I'm just going to do a screenshot. Stick it here. There you go. And then I'm going to share. You see it?
Not yet, but give it a minute.
Does it say you are sharing your screen now?
There you go.
There
There
it's-
it is. Yeah.
Okay. So this is getting feedback from everyone. This is the final. Let's discover historic tuxedo using the same line that we used in the last billboard, which I might add, I noticed was in all of the little kids' illustrations that they did for their contest, which I was happy to see. And we built up the name of the logo of the website, and hopefully at some point we'll be able to do stage 2, which will be the interactive map. So when you go to this website, we'll have the interactive map here, but that's the next project. So this is ready to go. Just wanted, it's going to cost about $900 for the printing, and the highway department will install it. I do have to talk to Rob about whether or not they can fix that corner, or we have to get somebody to do that or hire somebody to do that. But the corner is damaged and it has to be fixed.
They can fix anything.
That's what I think. I would agree with that. So I
They
did
built the billboard, so I'm pretty sure they could fix it.
Yeah. Okay. So the cost of the billboard for the printing is $900, 900 and some odd dollars. I'll get a final price once I send the file over, but essentially that's the price. So I am
It's good.
asking permission to get it done. Is that how you do it, or do a resolution, or what?
Propose a motion.
Okay, I propose a motion to print the billboard and have it installed for $900 or
I
900.
second that.
Okay.
At a not to exceed cost of $1,000.
Well, Jay, I'll do my best, but usually when they tell me it's about $900, it's about $900. So if it's $1,001, do you want me to come back and get it approved?
No, I want you to reach into your pocket for $1. That's part of being a
Well,
council person. But
nah, well, you know,
it's so that you don't
That's
have
the
to come
purpose
back
of-
when it's $920.
Right. That's why he made it 1,000.
Yeah. Well,
And
I got a price of about $930 something, and I have not sent the file. So I don't know really if they're going to come back with something like corrections or something. I doubt it, but
anything
Okay.
nominal will. It won't be a
Yeah,
problem.
all right. So then fine. So a not to exceed price of $1,200. That should cover it, right?
Yeah,
oh,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I'm not throwing rocks at you. I'm trying to make your life easier.
No, I understand. I'm just, trying to make sure that it's doable. If it's about, if it comes back and they say we have to retouch, for example, if they have to retouch a photograph and it's $200, it would be over $1,000, which would mean that I'd have to come back to the board, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. Just want to keep moving forward here. That's all.
$100 sounds good.
$1,200. That's the whole point.
$1,200. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No one's opposed. Okay. So you not only got your update, but you got a motion in there in the same time. You did pretty
Yeah.
well there. That was
Oh,
good.
hi.
Yeah.
It's good politicking. Very good. All right. Minutes. I saw that there were comments about the minutes, and I think we got them all straight. So I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes of the regular bi-monthly town board meeting that was held on June 13th. Do I have a second?
I'll second
Seconded
that.
by Jay. Open for any additional edits or additions, or I think everything's been communicated to Marissa. So we're just going to vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, unanimous. Vouchers. I'll make a motion and a second that the following vouchers having been ordered by the town board are hereby approved for payment. Claims number 201-292-0196 through 201-292-0244 are the vouchers in question for approval tonight. So I'll make a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Maria. Open for town board discussion. I mean, it's the typical culprits, IWS, $30,172, the monthly refuse fee. And checks to the comptroller for justice court fee, $18,926. And truck repair for the 2006 International, $7,917. Those are the big ticket items. I don't have any further comment. Does anybody else have comment?
No.
Okay, I'm take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposed? No. Okay. So let me see. We did department updates, supervisors update, town board updates, minutes. We just did vouchers, public comments. Michelle, can you manage that, please?
Sure. People can just unmute themselves. I'll check the chat. Nope. Nothing in the chat.
Sorry, can you?
Oh, hi,
Christy,
Christy.
can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yep. We can
I
hear you.
just wanted to say that if there's any problem with the farmer's market, that's sort of one of the other things I do. So Deirdre, if you want to give me a call, if Lorraine is giving you any pushback or whatever, I can help maybe smooth over a situation. I don't know how she's going to feel about this because sometimes she doesn't love changes. Have you talked to her about it already? Or?
Thank you, Christy. I appreciate that. My understanding is they haven't looked to the talent yet. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to make sure that Lorraine got a heads up right away, you know? Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. So just reach out if you need to. Thanks.
Okay, so I'm going to make a motion to enter into attorney town client discussion. Howard, do I need any further announcement other than that to enter into this?
No, you're just going into a private meeting with your attorney to discuss matters that require attorney-client privilege.
And do I need to vote on that, or do we just move into it?
Excuse me, what about the discussion about the Hamlet revitalization?
Yes, I have, that'll happen possibly after, or if necessary, we'll move it to the next meeting, Mary.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So I don't need to take a vote on that?
Why, yeah, you should, because then you're leaving the formal session. So.
Okay, I'd like to take a vote and to enter into attorney client confidential conference. All in favor? Aye.
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 Was that unanimous? I think so. Okay, so Michelle, can you manage that to get us
I will
into
give it a try. Hold on, still setting it up.
Thank you.
Okay, move to session. Why does it have 0? Selected 6. See how that works. Oh, there we go. So I have me, Deirdre, Howard, Jay, 1, 2. It should be 7, right? 1, 2. Oh, Ken, I don't have you. Where are you?
Here I am.
That's so weird. You're not on the list of options. That's so funny. Where are you? Oh, what do you know what your, let's see.
It's on under my name.
Okay.
On my list, he's listed under J and before Maria in the participant list.
Yeah, that's so strange. But
Kenneth English.
Kenneth
Still,
English.
my name will be for the rest of my life.
No results found. Okay, let me start this all over again. That's Kenneth English. There you are. Breakout sessions. I think we should have the chat sessions not be so crazy. Okay. I just don't see, I don't know how to do this. I'm sorry, you're not showing up, Ken, in the list of,
You see everybody else though?
yeah, I got everybody else except you. You're just
Uh,
not on the list.
Can you share, make somebody else a host and see if that helps? Possibly even myself. Or Maria or Jay.
I don't know, Marie, you want to try it?
Can you make her a co-host?
Oh, assign privileges, there it is. Okay. Crying out loud. I don't know what to say.
Can we all sign off and just sign on again and then don't allow anybody else in?
We could ask people to leave, but I don't know if we can do that because we have to keep the meeting open, right,
To
Howard?
keep the meeting open.
Yep.
Let me log off and I'll log back in. How about that?
Okay, I
place to
just don't know
start.
why you're not on the list of, everybody else in the meeting is except for
I've
you.
had nothing but a technological nightmare all day, so it doesn't surprise me. Why don't you expel me because it doesn't even seem like I can leave the meeting.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. It does list you when you're speaking as host,
Are
Ken,
you-
and maybe that's the issue.
Or maybe you are a host. But yeah, something's weird.
Are you signed on twice? No.
Let's see.
Expel me. I'll come back.
I can't
I
even
seem
do
to have.
that. You know why? You're the host. That's why. That's why I can't do it.
All right. So Ken, why
So
don't you
you
try
gotta do
making
it.
the breakout session?
So Ken, go to breakout sessions. I'll tell you what you have to do.
Okay. Wait 1 second. I'm not even seeing my toolbar. This could be
Oh.
really annoying. So you know where at the top you see, I don't see anything on the top. So let me.
Well,
1 second here. Let me see what I could do if I close a bunch of stuff.
You can always hit Control Alt Delete and boot yourself out and boot yourself back. All right. The first thing you hear from IT, have you tried shutting it off and turning it back on?
It's under your meeting menu.
Yeah, everybody else that's in the meeting is listed here. Damn.
In your meetings, you should see an option that says
think
breakout
it-
sessions.
You know, I have breakout sessions and, you know, the people that you currently see are all listed as people I can choose to put in the breakout section, except for Ken. He's just not listed on that particular list.
Well, it looks like he's dropped off, so
Yeah, he's not there anymore, so we'll just have to wait. Oh, here he is. Okay, so now,
Glad you're still there.
yeah. So now let me see if you're listed. Ah, there you are. Okay, whatever you did, fixed it.
That'll be one thing that went right today. Very good. How many participants do we still have?
We have Dale, Hank, and a call-in user. Let's see.
Not on my participant list anymore, but okay.
Yeah, just us. Yeah. There's a call-in
Okay.
user though.
4. Calling user 4.
I think that was Christy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, we're all set. Let me just see, should have 7, right? Yeah, 7. Okay, good.
I don't see don't you usually get a button at the bottom that says?
I haven't pressed that button yet.
Okay, very good. Just wanted to make sure because I don't see that. So if you guys disappear. Okay, now I do see join now.
Okay.
See ya.
Well, I'll start recording if there's 4 of us here. And Marissa and Howard. Ken?
Ken's muted.
Okay, for some reason I can't start my video. It doesn't seem to work. Maybe you can see me, maybe you can. I don't know.
No, but we hear you.
Okay, so I guess, do I have to make a motion to resume the session? No.
No.
We're back at 10:04 p.m. Apologies, we had a lot of issues to discuss with our attorney. So sorry to the public who had enough common sense to leave. But I'd like to make a motion. I believe there's nothing else on our agenda, so I'd like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting. Do I have a second? Seconded by Maria. All-
I know you didn't want to, you wanted to wait to the end, but do we have to wait 2 more weeks before we could talk about Hamlet revitalization?
Well, Deidre's not even here now.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to her.
I'm kind of beat. I wouldn't be giving you anywhere near the attention that I really wanted to give you. So why doesn't everybody really dig into the materials that you supplied? Because I didn't. I didn't have time. And
Okay.
so you'd have to be presenting it to me from beginning to end, and that would be a big task.
Well, I'll just say, just focus on the very first phase, which is just looking at Store Road, Library Road, from the light down to what do we call this? Hospital Road. And really, the focus of it is to just start with the core being Store Road as an alternate Main Street.
Okay.
That's really
I'll
what,
look
you
at
know,
that, I promise.
okay.
And you can quiz me on it to see if I'm doing it. Because I'll have a discussion with you. I'm sure I'll have questions.
Okay, yeah, please.
Okay. So I made a motion to adjourn at 10:06, seconded by Maria. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sorry, Deidre, that you're not here, but maybe I'll text her and tell her that we adjourned. I'll do that. Thank
Okay.
you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.